What's up, guys? So I am putting together some videos, some more testimonials, because I have dove very deep, you guys, very deep indeed, down the rabbit hole, as they say, right, into past lives. But I wanted to get some timeless card readings out to you guys. This is going to be out of Lucy Cavendish, Oracle of the Mermaids. This is a timeless reading. It is February 2022. All the planets now going direct. We had Venus that was retrograde in Capricorn and was extremely challenging on relationships, value of those relationships, value of what we consider to be fulfilling, to be pleasing, right? And that was a lot of redoing, resetting, re-evaluating of patterns of, extenuating circumstances that need to be either extinguished or taken care of in some manner. So we'll go ahead and pull a couple of cards for the collective, anytime reading. And here we go. Here's your first card, and we will cut the deck. Alrighty. So the first card that flew out, Homeland, beautiful, as a sea turtle. I love that. So this a journey coming to an end. So it's talking about arrival. You have arrived, I think, at a new plateau and or, really big sort of transcendent point in your spiritual awakening journey. So I think you've arrived at a higher vibration, so to speak, a different way of understanding things. Perhaps you've arrived at a comfort level now of that roaring rapids, like that river that is going so fast, and you perhaps beginning just on your spiritual awakening or in the middle, or been there for many years, been there, done that. I think that no matter what, I feel that we are always ascending. We are always a work in progress. We are always arriving at a new set of understandings, a new knowing that is our personal truth, even if that truth happens to change in the future and switch, right? This is arriving at a stage, at a goal line. I just saw a finish line, a marathon. This has been, no doubt, taxing on you emotionally, energetically, exhausting. We can have physical symptoms. We can feel these knowings, these understandings, these experiences that are coming onto us, whether or not they be regarding the spirit world, regarding, let's say, past lives, as I've been exploring, and that can, transfer temporarily, into your physical body or mental state. And if we don't, practice discernment and awareness that this is happening and do things to alleviate that and to help heal ourselves, our physical body or vessel, then it can become extremely overwhelming and taxing, and almost too taxing on our physical to endure. So I think you've arrived at perhaps a point in which you have a system, you have a protocol, maybe you have some set of ceremonies or protection, initiation, set of steps that you take to make sure that when you do notice these, light code activations or acceleration in your spiritual awareness and your spiritual path and exploration, perhaps you now know when to pump the brakes, when to stop and take some self-care, take some time out and make sure that you have it all to yourself. I feel like there's a lot of Epsom salt baths. I feel like there's a lot of, aromatherapy, oils, things of that nature. An arrival at some new beginning, because you're ending a stage that you've worked very hard to achieve, flexible, habitual, ease of flow within. And so perhaps this is not to do with spirituality. Maybe this is a new job. You got a new place. You got a new set of circumstances in which you're getting ready and geared up to fall into the pattern of, okay. And the next, beautiful, yearning. This card is definitely one that comes up in this deck. If I'm doing a reading with someone who's curious about love, you can label it twin flames, soulmate. You can label it a sacred union, a bond in which is undeniable and does benefit you, whether or not actually healthy or unhealthy. I think that all experiences and relationships that you go through, of course, during your life path are for a purpose and to generate a lesson and or generate support, empowerment. Whole purpose, one of the purpose of being on this planet, to experience love in different forms and facets. So the yearning and desire and longing for something may be definitely something that you resonate with. Perhaps experience something inadvertently when you're not looking, sometimes the wisdom comes to you. So in a meditation, I have a video on my channel just a few days ago I uploaded. Spontaneously, I had a past life memory come flooding in. And so then I am very compulsive, obsessive anyways of a personality that made my yearning, my desire, my longing to find out more information, that thirst for that spiritual knowledge come in so heavy and so 10 times over what I already experienced during the spiritual awakening. So perhaps this is something that you are feeling. You're yearning for somebody who has ghosted you. You're yearning to know if that relationship, star-crossed lovers, that path that was crossed, inadvertent, accidental, quote unquote, meeting with somebody, you're yearning to find out what that is, how to integrate that experience into your spiritual journey. And I think that you are finding this concept, the yearning, the feeling of longing, of desperately trying to get your mind onto something else, but swaying back into that natural state of love and spiritual energy and yearning for something. So maybe you're thirsting for the next stage. Maybe you are established, of course, you know that you are now on to the next journey. The last one has ended and you are yearning. You are in a state of wanting to proceed. You are yearning for the next phase because you feel proud, you feel settled, you feel as if you have established some sort of protection again, or protocol, or ease of flow, or of comfortability in general, comfortability to accept that there are uncomfortable moments and that you will be okay after that. So it says longing for someone, undesired separation, pining. So if this is regarding love and your love life, either, Elvis has left the building in some regards. So, a lot of times this could be ghosting. If somebody, typically, the runner or chaser, somebody is denying the opportunity to experience this due to fear and or circumstance and or laziness, lack of wanting to make changes that are necessary in order to bring the union closer. There could be extenuating circumstances that could be anywhere from being in another relationship already and or being, completely two separate cultures and or non, let's say mainstream accepted unions, like, same sex, or you perhaps are just 30 years apart in age. Something like that could be the cause. It could just be good old fashioned feelings. Somebody is feeling all the feels, I should say. And a lot of people are just not comfortable with such a strong feeling as this card describes, a yearning, a longing. So when you meet somebody and there is such a sacred bond, and you notice that you can meet them maybe for even 5 minutes, and then later on that day, it just will not leave your whole entire existence. Your mind, body, and soul are occupied. I always say, their spiritual essence was tattooed in your third eye, right? Especially if we're talking about somebody who you've Googled to see what is a twin flame, that kind of thing, or just something of a sacred bond, a union we don't have to label. So that would be all for the timeless reading, spiritual love reading. It turned out to be from the deck, the Oracle of the Mermaids, guys. So thank you for watching. Blessings, love, and tons of light always.